Hello again, listeners, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. I'm your host, Solomon, and as usual, I have my co-host here, Chama, leader of the the Gambian community on FPL. Mr. Always keep it representing. Chama, how's it going?
Well, good man. Nakam nag yaba. Nu pa deme.
Are you cool, man? Kotu Classic Chama. Not
Kudu
bad, man. Not bad.
ya ya kudu classic Bruce dadu.
Nah. Yeah, man. So this is the big blank. We are recording game week 30 preview. I think we have a few hours before like the deadline, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one that nobody was hoping to, I mean, to look forward to. It's a
Yeah.
blank one, but I mean, yeah, we can just do the best we can. So we're going to talk about that and see how we can maneuver the blank, as well as different topics. Talk about the mini league update and the stats summary and some
Yeah.
fixtures specifically for this blank. So let's see how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
goes.
And the doubles. There's a lot of doubles that are announced, so
Oh
we
yeah,
also we're
yeah.
gonna
We'll
look
talk
at that.
about teams to target, as well as some announcement I think made in the FPL community about 33 and 36. I think people at this moment we feel like we are spoiled for choice now. We get spoiled because everybody is just getting those huge hauls because of the doubles, and we have
Yeah.
become accustomed to that now. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
been
about planning, and
it's been a great 4 weeks,
it has,
FPL managers have been on fest. Like 100 points are like, adding norm nowadays. Everybody, like,
mm-hmm.
some people are getting like 300s in 3 game weeks, which is in 4 game weeks,
Wow.
300s. Yeah. So it's nice. I was close, but yeah, I didn't get there.
They should just give me the 1 point, man. Just
Yeah. But yeah.
complimentary. Yeah. Okay. So let's just dive in straight. How was your double game week 29?
Uh yeah, it was like you say, 1 point short of the 100 points, so
Mm-hmm.
99. I don't think I ever have this number, but maybe it's a lucky number. You never know. But yeah, it was a decent one. It was not a great one, I would say, because of the there was no Kane in my team and things like that. But and Son was a bit disappointing, even though 5 points. You would say, oh, he got the 5 points. There is a return, but it was a double game week, so he did not have any return. But he still have the 5 points. That's the benefit of double game week. Just the minutes will give you points. So yeah, I was disappointed with him, of course, considering Kane scored a couple of goals. But I did not do badly. 99, my overall rank dropped from 356 to 390. Of course, it will drop again because there is still one more game to go. That is the Everton game.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know how that game is gonna affect me
I
because
forgot to mention that because it seems like we've already just forgotten about it and moving on to.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, I don't know how that game is gonna affect me. And see, there's Newcastle and Everton. I think Newcastle, they are very heavily invested these days. Not so heavy, but managers are starting to take notice of them, so they are getting them
mhm.
in their teams, like the goalkeeper and stuff like that. But yeah, my team, 99 points all out, and my goalkeeper was Ramsdale with 10 points. Yeah, you couldn't ask for more. He had the double, and Trent and Van Dijk, I had the double Liverpool defense with who both gave me 14 and 13 points, which was very nice. Doherty too, he came in to my team for James, 7 points. Could have been more there. And then you had in the middle, I had Rafinha, Son, Salah as my captain, Saka, Kulusevski in the middle. Salah was the captain. It was that feeling where you captain a player, but you don't really want him to do too much. So the 10 points with Salah was kind of okay because there was a lot of managers in my rank
That
here
triple
in my
captain.
group who triple captain him. So yeah,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, yeah, I wanted the points. He would have given more. He started the first game. The second game, he missed it through injury. But yeah, the most important thing, Liverpool won both games. So yeah. And then I have up top Lacazette and Broha. Broha was the one I feel I messed a little bit. I messed up a little bit with because there was already the echoes that he will be bench because he has not scored in a very long time. So, and they had three strikers in their team. So it only made sense that the other striker who has been on the bench needed to come in. So I did not consider that too much. So I started Broha. But if I did not start him, it would have been Jimenez. Maybe it would have been enough to give me the 100 points with his 2 points. But nonetheless, yeah, I would take that. And 99 points all out. And I'm looking forward to game week 30. How about you? How was your game week?
Before that, there was this um thing that I saw from late guys on Twitter about the wild card, because 26 was the big one, that it was the triple captain, people like triple captain Salah, because he had a
Yeah,
very easy fixture. And
yeah,
I think he hauled, like, how many points did he have? 70 something points?
yeah. I think 28 like times three. He got 80 something points. I think.
Yeah, so that was like so, and people are triple captain him this game, week 29.
Yeah,
They are mourning because, when he was injured after the first game, everybody was scared. Especially those that triple captain were scared. So
yeah.
I mean, it's those simple nuances. Even if you look at the 3 games from wildcard all the way up to now, I think if you don't triple captain and you wildcarded, then it kind of comes to the same thing, don't you think?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just
definitely.
my yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, there is gonna be a little bit of variance here and there. Some
Mm-hmm.
managers are gonna have more points than others, but generally, maybe measuring from my own point of view, my own team point of view, I still think the wild card was the play. I still think the wild card was the
There
play
you
for
go.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I did not. I still have my triple captain chip in the bank. Unlike others, I did not use it in this game week. So, but if I had used it in this game week with these 10 points, I would have been a bit disappointed with the 10 points. But at the end of the day, it was only 18 points different
Mm-hmm.
between Salah then and Salah now. Because if you look at it, he had 28 points that game week, and now he had 10 points. So 28 minus 10 is 18 points. Because that game week, if you did not triple captain him, you definitely captain him. So you already get times 2 of his points
Mm-hmm.
that game week. So you got the 56 points or something like that. So 18 points. Now you have to look at from game week 26, game week 27, game week 28, and this game week 29, how it panned out in terms of your wild card. What did you gain from there? Personally, I think I was around the 2000, 3000 rank, and now I am in the 400, 390 rank. And I think the wildcard has a lot to do with that. Like, there are some leagues I am in, like, I know a lot of managers who wildcarded, and we were in the same league. It was so close after that game,
Mm-hmm.
after game week 26 or before game week 26. Now I am 100 plus points ahead of them. So if I look
Mm-hmm.
at it from that point of view, from people around me, from the leagues I am in, I still think the wildcard was the play. It was disappointing in the fact that, like, game week 27, when we free hit it, the free hit did not live to expectation because this was a low scoring game week. And
Mm-hmm.
game week 30, it was game week 28. It was good, but it could have been better. I had 129 points, which was very good. I had 130 points on the wild card. So if I look at it in the grand scheme of things, I think it was the play. But there was a little bit of disappointment in terms of points. But also, there was also a bit of like unluckiness, because Salah could have scored more in that double game where he give you guys the
He
86
could
points.
have,
He
yeah,
could
he could
have
have.
he could have get 100 plus points. So at the end of the day, I think it's almost even.
That's what I'm saying. It just
Yeah, it's
balances
it's,
out
it's
in a
almost
way,
even
yeah.
in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. And I
Yeah,
still think for me personally, the wild card was the play.
yeah. For me, I believe that this stretch of games with the doubles since 26 all the way up to maybe say 29,
Yeah,
like, if you don't maybe be, if you are not aggressive enough, like, trying to plan ahead to get these double game week players, then you would have missed out totally. But if
yeah,
you calculated all these things, so it doesn't matter which chip you use. If you use 1 or 2 chips, some people haven't even used chips at all during
yeah.
this time, and they still like rose in rank.
Yeah,
So I think
exactly.
it,
For
yeah.
example, for example, you can say As. I think he was not on the wild card. He used the triple captain, but
Mm-hmm.
he is one of those managers who has done an exceptional amount, got an exceptional amount of points.
Planning, yeah.
Yeah, because on the when he triple captain, I think he scored 130 33 something points, and then the following game he did not use the free hit, and then he even scored more points than me when I used the free hit. And then now he used his wildcard in 29, 2028. He also scored a lot of points. So he used a different strategy, different
Yeah,
method.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's difficult to pinpoint
Mm-hmm.
which one worked best. So it's just about, sometimes it's about the luck and things like that when it comes to the points, the players you have in your team. Like, for example, James was in nobody's wild card, but then James ended up being a player that everybody brought in the process,
Yeah.
and then give you, like, anybody who captained him that game week, he gives you a huge amount of points.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot count that as part of the wild card, but nonetheless, I think generally speaking, I think it was an even out one. For me personally, it was a gain based on the leagues that I am playing in, based on my
Mm-hmm.
overall rank. It was a huge gain for me personally.
Yeah. Okay. So let's
look at
jump
your
back
team.
into my team. So I had 91 points.
Yeah.
91 points. Not too bad, to be honest. I wasn't expecting this because, like, I think, like we said in previous pods, this was the more difficult double game week. So having 91 points, I kind of feel like, as long as, like, the average points was 66.
Yeah.
This is almost about 30 points above the average, which is a good thing because you know, for you had 90 how many 99 points. Is the area which you're in is a bit difficult to move up right now.
Yeah.
Because the point difference is so few. But having 91 points in my own rank range, I think is, as long as you're getting that green arrow, and the points average. This season I'm going with my own personal average. So I think I'm doing well when it comes to that. So not too bad,
Definitely.
not too bad.
Definitely.
My team, as it's for 29, let me say so far, because there's one game week to play, but I don't have any more players to play.
You have a player, Gordon. You
I have
forget
a player,
about
Gordon.
him.
It's how irrelevant this guy. I just saw it and I was like, what? Okay, wow. Impressive. So I still have ways to go then. Man, he might just score like a hat-trick and get me the points. But yeah.
The 100. He can give you the 100. If Everton are gonna score, I think he's gonna be the one. I think their game against Tottenham, everybody was slated in the team. Lampard was really angry with every single player in the team except Gordon. He was the only one he's picked out as the player who was doing, like, he was the elder he was the youngest player there, but he was like the the senior man.
He showed up. He did show up. Yeah, he's always giving 100%. If you watch him play, he's always everywhere. Charging down.
He's a good
opponents, player. Involved in the build-up. Yeah, I like him very much.
Yeah.
So as I said, 3-5-2 formation. Ramsdale with 10, Rudiger with 5, Trent with 13, Tierney with 7, Kulusevski with 11. Captain Salah with 20, Coutinho a disappointment with 2 points. Gordon, 2 points with 1 more to go. Rafinha also another disappointment, but 5, I'll take that.
Rafinha was on a single game week, so I think 5 is a good one.
It's a good one for him, but I was still disappointed because I think maybe it's a cumulative of what he has been.
Because he was playing Norwich, and then you expect more every team, every player who plays Norwich to score 50 points.
Yeah, my team Norwich didn't disappointed me this time around. They didn't understand the assignment. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Jimenez with 2 points. So yeah, I think I'll take this. I was supposed to bench boost, but I just decided to just hold it. But on my bench, I had 6 points from Sa, Broha with 1 point, Digne with 1, Saez with 6. That's like 14 points, which is not bad, right? For a bench.
It's not bad, but I think there will be a more. Yeah, but I think there will be a better opportunity for the bench boost if you plan it well, like 33 or 36. If you have the players, I think it will be a better time to bench boost. So I think you don't need to rush that one. Yeah, but 14 is not bad for a bench boost. I can remember having 4 points or 6 points in my bench boost last season or something like that. So yeah, bench boost 10 points. I think if you go above 10, you should be. It's okay.
It's successful bench boost. But yeah, for me, to be honest, that's why I'm not really bothered about bench boost, because I've hardly ever had good returns on bench boost. Last season, for like 3 consecutive weeks, I've had like 17 points plus on my bench. Then the moment I decided to play my bench boost, I had like 6 or 7 points. So it's like very inconsistent. So let's look at some of the results for game week 29 so far, except the last one.
Yeah. We should start with the United one, right? Ronaldo. It was the Ronaldo show, but it has been spoiled by the Champions League, But it should have been something we should have been, talking. Talking about and things like that. Ronaldo the goal, blah blah blah, scoring 807 goals, more than any footballer in the world, and things like that.
Yeah, highest goal scorer in the world.
Yeah, but
impacts for footballer.
Yeah, but credit where credit is due. I think he is an insane player. He is insane because he's 37 years old. He's playing like he was playing like a 27-year-old. No matter what. Yeah. Yes, I say, like, I don't think he was a good pick for a good signing for United or things like that. But the man himself, he's just insane. That game, he was all over Tottenham. Like they say, if you switch Ronaldo and Kane, the results would have switched. That was how impactful Ronaldo was in that game. Yeah, if Ronaldo was a Tottenham player and Kane become a Man United player,
They would have won.
this scores will have been switched. That's how good he was. To be honest, he was exceptional.
I think he had a point to prove. The thing about Ronaldo is his mentality. I think that's it. I think people think it's his fitness or his his physique, but I think the best or the greatest thing about him is his mentality. If you don't want Ronaldo to score, don't antagonize him.
Yeah.
If you go out, because last week when we played against Man City, he wasn't in the team. He was out with doing some.
And there was
there was a lot of backlash. Yeah, heavy, like criticizing him. You don't want to do that. Go and talk to Atletico and all these teams in Spain. They know exactly what to do if you don't want him to score. So when he came on, like starting even the first few games, you can tell that he was up for a mission. He had a target in mind. He wanted to prove doubters wrong, which is what he's always done in his career. So it wasn't a surprise, but it was, to be honest, I think it was a good showing for him. He's not a problem. We all know that he's not a problem. The team just needs a revamp, and there's a lot of things from the top, all the way from it starts from the top all the way down to the bottom. Something needs to change in the team.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, like if you single him out as a person, as a player, he is not the problem.
He is not the problem.
But because of the system that Man United had, I don't think he was the right fit for that system because of his mentality is differently classed from the players you have.
Exactly.
So it wasn't a match. It was not a match. I know he is a United son and things like that, but it was not a match. And maybe for me personally, that was the reason why I think he was not necessarily a United player, because there was a project there. So this kind of player to bring him into that project, because Ronaldo, especially Ronaldo, any team he plays for, he's gonna be the center of attention. That is fixed. So if you have built a project for 4 or 5 years, and then all of a sudden you bring a player who you have to build everything around him, it does not work that way. So that's the thing, but not attacking him directly, but it's about the system of Man United or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. It is true. He demands the type of attention. So he needs to go to a team that is already complete, and so that they can accommodate his own side of play. But a team that is building, But I mean, honestly, I can't blame Ole for wanting Ronaldo when he was not clearly, but there were some inclinations that he was going to go to
Man City.
To Man City. There's no way we're going to allow that to happen. So
but sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture,
there's no way.
What did he? Yeah, of course. I understand the sentiments that was there, and what would have looked like if Man United allowed him to go to Manchester City when they had the chance to bring him back to Manchester United. So all those kind of things, But at the end of the day, you have to look at it from a business point of view. You have to look at it from a team point of view. If you start looking at it in a sentimental viewpoint, then you're gonna make a mistake, and that was the mistake that Manchester United made. No matter, even with his hat trick, I still think that was a mistake.
You think it was a wrong move?
It was a wrong move from United.
I think you might be right too.
Yeah, but what a game! What a game! The game was very entertaining because these two teams were two teams. Did you see Tottenham's record for the last 11 games? Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So that is how Tottenham are going. Yesterday they won against Brighton, which is they won 2-0. So that means they should lose against
the next one is a loss
against West Ham. So, but it was a good game. Kane, he did get his return, but I don't think he was, like, it was a penalty, of course, and he scored. Yeah, it was not nice to see for the non-owners, especially after I wax lyrics on Son being all those kind of things, But I don't think he punished us as badly as people would have expected. But it was a good game to watch, right? Did you watch the game?
I saw bits of it. I saw bits of it because it started before the Liverpool game. So I was going to watch the Liverpool game. So it started about 15 or some minutes or 30 minutes, almost halftime. So when they blew the whistle for halftime, then I switched over. So and then I saw the goals coming, the second goal. But it was an okay performance.
Is it like in US you watch the games after? Because Liverpool played, I think, the early kickoff and Man United played the late kickoff. So is it because I don't know why?
Which game? Is it the Tottenham game? No, I was talking about the second Tottenham game.
Okay. I mean the Man United game. We are talking about the Man United game.
The Man U, I guess saw the highlights. I didn't watch I hardly watch Man U games anymore. This is not what my time as a fan is very discouraging to watch the Man U game. But they did well, to be honest. I was following the results on my phone, and I saw a few I think highlights, you can say. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
it did well, and it did well to lift the spirits, because the previous week it wasn't good, especially after a derby when you lose heavily like that. It's very demoralizing. So
Yeah, and
it was good that they
especially
won.
yeah. And now it opens the top 4 race again because Man United win, Tottenham won the second game, Arsenal lost, so the top 4 now
Yeah,
is very wide open
they're
again.
just
That
1 point
spot,
behind Arsenal. With
yeah,
they have like two games to play, but
to,
still,
yeah.
they have to win
I
those
think
games.
one of the games is Tottenham versus Arsenal too, so that
Oh, so that's
also,
gonna
so it's gonna
balance,
be.
yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting to see how it goes.
Oof.
The title race too is very, very, very much on now. Man City
On
drew
point.
0-0. Liverpool won both their games, Arsenal and Brighton. We are looking very, very bright right now. I think we are really on form. And I did watch, of course, I do watch all Liverpool games. That is the game that I can always give an opinion on in terms of eye test. But yeah, it was good, especially the Arsenal game yesterday. I still like the Arsenal team though. They played really well, but it was just different class. The two
Different
teams
class. Yeah,
are on
different
different
class.
levels
They're on
right
different
now.
levels right now.
Yeah,
They
but
will get
Arsenal,
there eventually, but yeah, that's how you evaluate teams and the progress they've made. Last season, you guys were just running through them like 4-0, it doesn't matter. But now you can see it took you guys a while to break them down. Maybe that was the decision from Klopp, like you explained
yeah,
to me yesterday.
yeah.
But you can see that they've made some real progress
Yeah,
mentally and
absolutely.
as well as a team.
Absolutely. They did cause us trouble actually in the
Mm-hmm.
first half. They made it very difficult for us in terms
Mm-hmm.
of the way they set up, in terms of the way they press us. So Liverpool were making a lot of mal passes or, are losing the ball needlessly. And that was not because Liverpool were not good passing the ball. It was because Arsenal
It's
had a
Arsenal
very good,
defended well. They
yeah,
had the
had
good
a very good
structure. Yeah.
structure in trying to stop Liverpool from
Mm-hmm.
breaking their lines and things like that. But in the second half, of course, Liverpool tweaked the system a little bit, brought in Firmino in the number, like, false number 9 role, and then
Creative.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, that almost killed them. Yeah, and then suffocated
Mm-hmm.
them. Then Liverpool got. But it was interesting. And by the way, my man Matip, he was the highest scorer of the week. Did you know that?
I didn't even
yeah,
know.
he
How is that
he
even possible? Is it
he
bonus
had
points or what?
no, he had the assist in the game against Brighton, and then Liverpool kept the 2 clean sheets. This is what I tell you. Sometimes clean sheets alone can give you these huge points. You can see
Yeah.
Trent and Van Dijk, two clean sheets. They are on 13 points and 14 points. So yeah, sometimes we always focus on the goals and things like that. But if you focus on the teams that have that can give you the clean
Consistent
sheets,
points. Yeah.
consistent clean sheets, that gives you a lot. Liverpool and Man City have 17 clean sheets each. I don't think any player score more than 17 goals in the league other than Salah. So, and the clean sheet points is similar to the attacking, to the goal
Yeah.
scoring points. So, but nonetheless, we always want to go with the elegant players, the scoring players, and then we tend to forget a little bit about the defensive players. Yeah, that is a side of the game. That is a side of my game that I kind of improve, because I try to take away the excitement of the game out of it. Because if your player scores, that's excitement. In that instant, you have that excitement. But in the clean sheet case, you have to be waiting for the player to for the 90 minutes to be called, or for your player to be sub off after 60 minutes, so that you can bank in your clean sheet points and things like that. But yeah, that's it. The Liverpool players were actually 5 players outscored Salah this game week, even though he scored a goal for Liverpool, and all these players did not score. You can see
Or
5 players,
defenders.
all defenders: Robertson, Alisson, uh, Trent, Van Dijk, and Matip. All 5 players outscored him. So
Ah.
yeah.
Okay. So any last fixture we
Oh,
want to discuss?
Leeds United, Norwich. I want to talk about that one. That game was epic. If you don't watch
I
that
didn't. I
game,
didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the game.
you can just go back and watch the game for the last 10
The
minutes,
highlights.
and then
Okay.
the last 10 minutes of the match, and then you will be made up. You will never see a better football, or it's not about the football or the tactics or something like that, but it was just about two teams going at each other, end to end stuff, heavy metal things. It was a crazy game, to be honest. Norwich equalized in the 90th minute, and then Leeds scored again in the 94, I don't know, 91st minute. Gerhardt. It was beautiful. It was nice. Yeah, it was nice to see that game. It was the best, like, football I watched this weekend. Of course, probably this
Oh, wow.
season too. Yeah.
That means credit to Norwich, because you always think that they are like the whooping boys, But if they can manage to put up an impressive performance against Leeds, that's good.
Yeah, but don't forget Leeds too have been in
Oh yeah,
turmoil.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
it was
It's
kind
an
of
uplifting moment for them.
it
Yeah,
was different, this similar weights for both teams, but it was good to see Leeds winning. I know I don't want them to go down, to be honest.
yeah, very exciting team. Yeah, yeah. That's
they are my
every
second favorite team.
they're everyone's second favorite team. Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so moving on to our mini league update.
No mini
The
league
Kotu
update
chat.
because the game week is still
It's still
ongoing.
going. Oh
So
yeah. Okay.
let's
Uh,
just move
to the stats
into
summary.
let's look at the stats for the players. Maybe we can look at the fixtures first, and then we look at the stats because the stats today, this game week, only focus on teams that plays this game week. So let's look at the fixtures in game week 30, and then we will look at the stats like the top 20 players when you combine these 8 teams that are playing in this game week. So the fixtures for this game week are just for Wolves. They play Leeds. Aston Villa, they play Arsenal, as we know. Leicester City, Brentford, Spurs, West Ham. So all our exciting picks, we're not gonna be able to use them this game week. The Man City players, the Liverpool players, and the Chelsea players, those players that we usually have in our team, we are not gonna be able to use them. So how are we gonna maneuver this game week? So that's the fixtures. Let's look at the start summary or the starts for specifically these 8 teams. This week the season starts. I kind of make it for players who have played 1,000 minutes or more, and then I look at the top 20 players because it was difficult to have the data for because then you will have a lot of players with low minutes and things like that. So I decided to give it to players that are usually playing. So that's why maybe some names we may be missing, and so yeah. But yeah, just like we usually do it, the player statistics, we look at the expected points. Because yeah, underlying numbers I think is the best way to determine the players who are doing well and the players who should be doing well in the future and things like that. So looking at that, at the top we have Harry Kane. He's over the course of the season he's averaging an expected points of 6.3, and Lacazette is number 2 with 6.1. Son number 3 with 6.0. Trincao, you see, he's with 5.8, but he haven't had any attacking return all season. And I think he lost his place in the Wolves
He's a
team.
very good player. If you watch him play, he's very
Absolutely,
like yeah.
absolutely.
But
And then you have your boy here, Martinelli. He is the top for Arsenal players, except of course Lacazette is ahead of him, but he's averaging 5.8 expected points per 90 minutes, which is very good. So where do we start? Kane. I know he's the popular captain pick this week, and I should be playing without him this game week, which makes me very scared. Just like I was very scared of him last week, I am continuing to be. But I think this is the last week where I will be scared of him. Then I can move on because the other guy, the big boys, will come.
back in.
So, what do you make of Kane this week?
Who did they play again?
West Ham at home.
West Ham is a tough team, man. We know this is, I think since last season, actually, they've been coming. I think they've suffered a bit of like a loss of form because I think Bowen is injured. I'm not sure whether he's back yet. Antonio, the hero of the beginning of the season, is nowhere to be found now. But I think they're a good team. I like watching them play, it's like they are part of the top, let's see, 6 or so. I don't even know what position that they're in right now, but they're doing well. And I think it's going to be a tough game for Tottenham. But what I don't know is that Tottenham, what they do best is the counter attacking. And if they play West Ham, who is the bigger team here? Is it Tottenham or is it West Ham?
I would say I would say Tottenham are the bigger team, but I don't think West Ham will be um giving it all to them and then just waiting for them to like be in a defensive team. So I think it's gonna be a close game.
50-50. Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of caliber of team, I think Tottenham is the bigger one. But West Ham this season, they have been doing much better, and they give any team trouble. If you remember well, a couple of game weeks ago, they played Liverpool at Anfield, and they caused us. To be honest, it was a very difficult game. We had to defend for our life in that game, and then the game ended with 1-0. Liverpool had to defend very hard in that game. West Ham did not, just come and lay down and then okay, Liverpool come and break us. It was not like that. They came and they played football, and I would expect them to play football, which will work for Kane and Son because there will be some gaps at the
Speak
in the
gaps,
West Ham
yeah.
defense because West Ham will attack, right? But also West Ham, you have to consider that too. They are missing some key players. They are attacking players in terms of what's his name. Antonio is out for this game. Probably, I'm not sure. We have to wait and see what David Moyes say in his press conference. Bowen too is possibly out. He was out for the last few game weeks. So
yeah, he's the main.
what?
I think he's the main miss if he misses this game. He'll be the because he's been a talisman this season.
Yeah, he has been.
Him and
He has been.
Antonio, yeah.
Yeah, he has been their star player. To be honest, he has been the player who has been delivering the points and things like that. He has been their shining light there. But yeah, without them, how do they approach the game? So we are talking about West Ham can play this way. They will attack and things like that. But that is because they have what they have in front. Antonio is a very good player when it comes to being in between defenders. He caused Van Dijk and Matip hell of a problem. No, it was Konate. He caused them hell of a problem in that game. So without him, they are most likely to play with Yarmolenko up top. So how does that change the dynamics of how West Ham approach the game? Are they going to be a little bit more defensive, or are they going to be, it is remain to be seen. I don't really have the answer to that. So, but yeah, it's something we have to consider.
It won't be an easy game. It won't be an easy game for Kane and Son. But like we said, it could go either way. But I anticipate it's going to be a low scoring game. But that's just me. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say so too. I think it's not gonna be a high scoring game. So yeah, but Son too. We are talking about Son. He's number 3. Kane is number 1. In this table, but Son, if you look at him over the last few games since Kulusevski came in, I think we did not feature this thing, but he is. Yesterday he did have some chances. I think he could have had a return because the goal that Tottenham scored, the first goal they scored, he passed the ball to Kulusevski. Kulusevski took the shot and then the ball deflected off their own defender. It did not deflect off the West Ham defender, and he was just standing there. It could have been like Kane assist Kulusevski goal. Instead, it became Kulusevski assist and then Romero goal. Romero was just there. He was just running and then the ball hit him and then the ball. But again, you can say if he did not hit him, maybe the ball would not have gone in. So that deflection caused the goal would have not gone in. So maybe Son would not have had that point. But I think since Kulusevski came in, he has kind of changed the dynamics in the attack, and that kind of affected Son. What do you make of that?
A bit, yeah. I think. Watching the game yesterday, Son wasn't as sharp as we're used to him being. Maybe it's because he thrives off of being the main attacking threat, not the main attacking threat, but the main creator. Even Harry Kane is a better creator to me, if you ask me. But I feel like he's been used to being him and Kane, but now Kulusevski is part of it, and he just joined perfectly.
Yeah.
So it might take him a while to also get back to that form, but not much. You can't put much emphasis on him. Maybe not, let's say slight dip in form, but he's there. He's his son. Son always does what son does.
Yeah, he's a very consistent player. But like you say, I think the
slight dip, yeah.
Now it being a 3 instead of the 2 of them, that kind of changed a little bit in terms of him. But yeah, he's a top player. He's a very consistent player. So we will expect him to come back into the goals at some point. And I'm hoping that he just outscore Kane. If he does that, that will be enough. I don't care if Kane score or not. Son will just outscore him in the next in the upcoming game.
The way that Kane is playing, it's going to be tough. But yeah, it's possible. Because he's done this
Kane,
many times,
to be honest, Kane is on the form of he's really like for this season. I would not say the form of his life, but this season he's in the form of his season. This season,
considering how he started the season,
considering how he started this season, like I said, Arsenal. Do you have any love for him? I was listening to Black Box. As don't seem to like I said. He said he's not so he is very outspoken as when it comes to some of these players. But I think Lacazette has been doing very well because if you consider his last 11 game weeks, I think he has about 10 returns in terms of assists. Considering how strikers have been very underwhelming this season, to have a striker who is giving you a return every other time, like 10 in 11 game weeks, I think you have to
consider them.
Consider him, and also now
that's the whole point. Yeah, go on.
Now that Arsenal don't have Aubameyang, he's the main guy. He's the main striker. Of course, that kind of changed. He has kind of changed the way he plays to let the younger ones, that is Saka and Martinelli, thrive. by the way he plays, like dropping deep and things like that. Even yesterday, he created a big chance for Odegaard, which Odegaard missed against. Like, that was the mistake that Thiago did in the second half. That was the only big chance Arsenal had in the game, I suppose. And it was from Lacazette who created it. And Odegaard should have scored that. And if he scored that, then you would have talking about Lacazette having a return in every single game week for the last 6 or 7 game weeks. If it be it an assist and assist and assist. So I think he's a very good pick to have. He is not the most exciting one. He will not give you like the big returns. He does not show to be that player who will give you the big returns, but he will give you the consistent returns. And that's what all you want from your strikers. There are not many strikers doing well other than Kane right now.
I think watching him, I know, like, to be honest, you want your striker to be scoring. You might look like, oh, if you have a striker that's assisting, it doesn't do well for you. But if you accumulate his points in the last few game weeks, the whole point of FPL is to accumulate points, right? He's outdoing most of the strikers, probably even all of them in terms of consistency. You know, I've really wanted to have him in my team. The only problem is I can't because I have Kane and I can't really find the funds to bring him in. But he was a plan of mine to like really have him in my team for this past few game weeks. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if I could, I would fit him in my team, especially for this blank game week 30 that we are coming to discuss. Yeah,
definitely. Other names you
other names, Madison. I think, like I was saying, I think I'll come and talk about this. Madison, like I can't remember who put this up. Like made a very strong case for him against Brentford, and Brentford are kind of weak in the position that Madison plays. So this might be probably like a tailor-made. I wanted to give a shout out to this guy, but I forgot. It's a kind of like a tailor-made position for him against Brentford. So the only problem I have with Madison is his injury record. You never know. Yeah. Maybe you might bring him into your team the last few minutes. Next thing you know, he's not starting the game. He's injured. He's been injury prone so much this season. Last season was better. It was manageable. But this season, the whole of Leicester, they're just struggling with injuries. And it's a big risk, especially if I'm going to bring him in for like a hit. But yeah, he's a player that I like in this list, to be honest, because of who they face. Tony also has been ticking up nicely, you know. He's been scoring goals, even though it's penalties. You can say most of them have been penalties, but still doing very well.
Yeah, 5 goals in 2 games, and I think even before that, he was injured for a couple of games or something like that, and just before that, he was scoring goals too. So he's in a very good form when it comes to scoring. Be it like some of them are penalty. Yeah, 5 goals. 3 of them penalty. He scored 2 from open play. So, and now he has the quality of Eriksen behind him to create for him. If you see the goal he scored this weekend, it was top notch from Eriksen. The pass was just he just placed the ball in the place that you would want the ball to be, and then all what Tony has to do is just dive, like change the ball, put the ball in the direction of the goal, and then you will score a goal. And that's the quality that Eriksen had bring to this team. They were struggling to score until around 80 something minutes, and then Eriksen came out with the this beautiful assist. So
I think they kind of changed their formation a bit too.
Yeah, Eriksen could be somebody interesting. Eriksen could be somebody interesting too, because he's playing, and he's racking up the 90 minutes now here and there, and I don't like their fixture too much. It's because it's away to Leicester. I don't like away fixtures, but I would not put it against them to score, because Leicester have been very bad defensively over the course of the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, Eriksen and Tony could be there. Eriksen, of course, he's not on this list, but just to mention his name, But yeah, other names that I find interesting is Harvey Barnes, of course, Leicester. You are talking about Maddison. Harvey Barnes is sticking along nicely. He's getting the chances, and here and there. Last game, he should have scored. He had one big chance, but he missed it. I think the goalkeeper saved it. He has a couple of very good chances, actually. So he's somebody I would consider. If I was going to go for a Leicester midfielder, because like you say, Maddison is somebody with a lot of injury record, things like that. Even though Barnes is similar to Maddison in terms of injury, but his injuries are kind of different. He was having a long-term injury, then he came back, and now he's playing almost regularly. So it's different type of injury. But Maddison, he has these niggling injuries. He will miss one game here and there, and when you need him, like in this blank game week, you want any player who is in your team to be playing. That is the most important thing.
That is the most important thing, yeah.
And if you are gonna gamble on Maddison, you could be bited there. So yeah, Barnes is the one I will go with if I was to go with a Leicester asset, to be honest. And any other names? Region is there, Rafinha, but yeah, I don't think there is a lot of exciting players, to be honest, when it comes to this game week. But let's look at the players in terms of the last 6 game weeks that they played. And like you say, you were talking about Tony. That's right. Right him there. He's scoring a goal every 42 minutes, involving a goal in every 42 minutes. He started three games in the last 5 game weeks, and he has scored this. So he's at the top. And number 2 is Gelhardt. Number 3, Kane. Buendia, number 4, and number 5 is Ben Rahma. Ben Rahma too is coming along nicely again. He had a very good start to the season, and then he dropped. But over the last few game weeks, he's coming back with the assists here and there. I think in their last game, just before this game when they won, he got the 2 assists against, who did they win? Aston Villa. Yeah, they won against Aston Villa 2-0. He got both assists in that game. So he's coming back to form. So he could be somebody to consider. But because they play Tottenham away, so that could be a little bit tricky. Ashley Young too, he's up there. He's a good punt, I think, because Lucas Digne have the hamstring, so Ashley Young will definitely start. And usually when he starts, he's on all the set pieces. He haven't had any attacking return over the last 6 games he played. He only started one of those, but it's almost certain that he will start this one because of Lucas Digne is out. He has a hamstring injury, so I will suppose Lucas Digne is out. It's not yet certain until we hear what the coach say and things like that. But Ashley Young too could be very interesting. But I want to talk about my boy Gelhardt. I know I've not had a lot of podcasts talking about him, and I understand why. Because 5 games, 5 substitute appearances. He came off the bench, but he's a very talented player, and he's very cheap, 4.5 million. If you kind of use your free hit or your bench boost already, I think he's a very good player to punt on. If he is fit in this game week, I think he is likely to start because Rodrigo has the injury, and Bamford is still being, eased
back in, yeah.
So with the high that Gelhardt is on, and look at his numbers, he is number 2 when it comes to expected points, be it is substitute appearance. So you have to factor in the game state he came in, because he usually come in the second half, and the game is more erotic, everything is going here and there, chances coming usually in the second half and things like that. So that's why maybe this is it's a little bit high. So maybe if he started more games, it would have been less. So you have to take that one with a pinch of salt, like they say it. But I think for bench boosters, for those who have already
confirm, this is just from game week 24 to 29.
Yeah, game week 24 to 29, and players who have only played 150 minutes or more. And to make it clear, Gelhardt played 148 minutes, so he is just short of that number, 150. So, but
barely in there.
Yeah, but because it was just 2 minutes difference, and it's something we need to point out, I think, and especially for those who have already used their bench boost, which I happen to be part of. So that's why he's a kind of an interesting player for me. So yeah, it's a player who will let you have the funds to spend in other areas, because there's a lot of teams who are going to have a double game week coming down the line: Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea. And if we are going to load up on these teams, we need to have the funds ready, because they are not cheap players. So you will need to have some bench fodder here and there. And Gelhardt is a very good bench fodder. I'm not saying that Gelhardt is a player that you will buy and expect him to give you all the points every other time, but he is that player in this particular game week. Yeah, in this particular game week game week 30, he could be a good punt. He's on a high. He scored a goal. I think already this season he has 3 goals or 4 goals, even though he's playing as a sub all the time. But no, because of he's a sub player, we are not taking notice of that, because we don't want sub players in our team. But for the purpose of teams that have already bench boosted, he's a very good pick. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, let me know any names that you find interesting over the last 6 games who have been doing well.
Okay.
Kulu is there, of course.
Doherty, I'm not really surprised by to see him there. But Gelhardt, seeing his name there is a bit surprising to me. Buendia. I'm surprised to see his name there, actually. The rest, Inks is there, which is surprising. In the season where we are,
but he's actually
really separated by strikers.
He's actually doing well over the last 3 or 4 game weeks. Like, he was a bit disappointing. He lost his place in Steven Gerrard's team and things like that. But then over the last double game week, that was game week 28, he was very good. I think he scored about 20 points or 18 points. He was one of the highest scoring strikers in that particular game week, if I remember well. Yeah, he's coming to life. He's like linking up well with Coutinho and Marty Cash and things like that, and even Oli Watkins. So yeah. So now they are playing both of them up top. So Inks could be a very interesting one, but they play Arsenal. It could be a difficult game too.
Okay. Yeah. Any more stats to discuss?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah,
just looking at the players from this game week who are looking exciting, and especially for those who want a free hit. So maybe this could be a very good table to help you decide the players that you want to pick, because you don't want them long term. You just want to have them for that particular game.
For one game week, yeah.
Yeah, because after that you want to have your players, your Salahs, you want to have your De Bruyne's, your Foden's back, your Cancelo's back. So yeah, we can move.
Yeah, okay. I think you should take us through there's announcements made the next few game weeks. Also, a few doubles. The big double in 36, but there's also one in 33. How does that play? Because you were going to explain that with the FA Cups and the results, anticipating.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sure. First, let me just share. This is game week 33, double game week 33. Then I will go back to game week 33 because 31 day I said double game week, Burnley and Everton, who are not exciting at all for anybody.
We are not going back to that workhorse captaincy. There's no way.
No, nobody's captaining workhorse again. Just having him is okay. That's what I'm considering. But yeah, let's look at game week 33. Double game week 33 was announced yesterday, and Brighton, they will have a double with Tottenham and Manchester City. I don't think that's a nice double to have.
That's a tough
Burnley, they will play West Ham and Southampton. It's important to note that Burnley will have a double game week in 31 and the game week 33. The 31 is between Everton. That one we will discuss in a bit. Leicester City, they play Newcastle United away and Everton away. I think the fixture is nice. Manchester United, they play Norwich at home, very good, and then they play Liverpool away. I don't think that's a good fixture. But again, for the Norwich fixture, you will wanna invest in Manchester United players. And then Newcastle, they play Leicester at home, Crystal Palace at home. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Brighton, Burnley, Leicester, Manchester United, and Newcastle, they are confirmed doubles. These are doubles that will happen in game week 33. All these doubles are confirmed by the official FPL. But because of the implications of the FA Cup, there are some teams that are potentially not going to have the double. And these teams are Arsenal, they play Southampton and Crystal Palace. This is because Southampton, they will play Crystal Palace. Southampton, they will play Manchester City in the FA Cup. So if Southampton wins that game, then in their fixture against Arsenal, the first double, then that fixture will be occupied by the FA Cup. The FA Cup will fall under that fixture, and that fixture will be moved again, and probably to game week 36. And likewise for Chelsea. Chelsea too are still in the FA Cup. If they win, their game with Leeds will be go to game week 36 or game week 37, wherever they drop it. Liverpool likewise, if they win, Aston Villa fixture is out. Manchester City, if they win against Southampton, then Wolf fixture is out. So the Manchester City and Southampton is interesting. If Manchester City win, then Southampton Arsenal will be double. Like Arsenal will have their double with Southampton and Chelsea, and Southampton will have their double with Arsenal and Burnley. But if Southampton win Manchester City, the game is at St. Mary's, it's at Southampton. Also, it is worth noting that this season Man City have played Southampton twice. They have not won any game against them. So you never know. Man City are not on form. They are still the Man City, they are still the top team, but they are not on the form that we expect them to be, right? They have been dropping points here and there, so they have lost a few players. So you never know. I cannot call that one, but I think Man City are the favorites, that I will say. But with Chelsea, they play Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. I would expect Chelsea to win that game. If I was betting my money, I would bet my money on Chelsea. So I would suppose that Chelsea's double will not happen. Liverpool, they play Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. Also, I don't like to call Liverpool fixtures before they come because I don't want to jinx it. But I would suspect that Liverpool will win that FA Cup fixture against Nottingham Forest. And that will mean Liverpool will not double in 33 again. Manchester City, if they win, like I say, they are the favorites against Southampton, they will not double. So this, right now, everybody is seeing the doubles there. And the Premier League have already announced it. But these doubles are very likely not to happen. So they are just double in view, but they are not likely to happen. It depends on the FA Cup fixtures. And if that happens, then Aston Villa, they will not have a fixture in game week 33. They will blank because Liverpool will be playing in the FA Cup. Leeds United will blank because Chelsea will be playing in the FA Cup, and Wolves too will be blank because Manchester City will be playing in the FA Cup. So as Aston Villa, Leeds, Wolves will all blank, and these were all teams that we are supposed to have a fixture. So these are the things that we have to put into account when we are doing our planning. So when you're planning, it is very important to predict what is going to happen. First, if you predict what is going to happen, then you can say these are the fixtures that are going to happen based on your own personal prediction. Like personally, like I say, I predict Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City all to win their games. So I am predicting they are not going to have the double game week. So I'm not going to plan for Liverpool to double that game week. I'm not going to plan for Man City to double on that game week. I'm not going to plan for Chelsea to double on that game week. Hence why I will not be investing on Chelsea players as of now. Understand? So that is the reason. But by the weekend, we will know everything very clearly because the FA Cup will be clear. The FA Cup will confirm. But right now, some managers are even considering not doing anything in game week 30 so that they can keep that transfer to use it for these teams.
At least that one extra transfer, yeah. That's
exactly. It makes a lot of difference. So that is it. And then now by the way, let's just shout out to FPL Focal. He made this confirm and the potential.
It's easy
to understand. So shout out to him, FPL Focal. He was number 1 in the world at some point in the FPL season. So yeah, he's a top man.
He had to be the number 1 after making all these graphics and going through all the thinking.
Definitely. And now we move to Ben Krelin's table. It's similar table, but this one is also bringing up the the double game week for Burnley, who play Manchester City and Everton in game week 31, and then they play Norwich in game week 32, and then they double again with West Ham and Southampton in game week 33. I know it's Burnley, but if you are talking about the team playing 5 games in 3 game weeks, I think it's worth considering. I'm not saying you buy and give Workhouse the captaincy again, but it is worth considering.
Not happening.
But Burnley is not just about Workhouse too. They are a good defensive team.
They have defenders. They have Pope.
The goalkeeper Pope. Yeah. So there are options there that we should we can consider. So if that's why I just like to have the broader view. Think about it in a general context before I talk about the players who hurt me or I take anything personal. I just want to think about the fixtures first, and then I will see what is possible there. Everton themselves, I don't rate Everton. I will always slate them, but yeah, they also have a double, West Ham and Burnley. I don't like it. I don't like those doubles. And then they play Man United, Leicester. I don't think they are as enticing as Burnley in terms of fixture, but that is how the fixtures pan out. And once these doubles once the FA Cup is clear, and let's say Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City they don't double, then all these doubles is gonna fall in 36 and 37. So that is why for me, Chelsea, of course, they have nice fixtures: Brentford, Southampton, and Arsenal in the next 3 game weeks. If you remove the Leeds fixture there, they are nice fixtures. But when you consider that the teams that are doubling, the Arsenals, the other teams, Leicester City and things like that, I don't think it is imminent to go to the Chelsea players. I think it's better off waiting until their doubles are coming up together, like in game week 36, 37. They will have a double in 36 and 37 if they don't double in game week 33. So I think that is the play, in my opinion. I don't know what your take is. What do you think?
I have to go through this because it's so confusing to me, to be honest. I'm just a casual FPL. Well, well, yeah, I think it makes sense. So I think for me, my advice would be just to wait, give it until after the FA Cup has been played and then the fixtures have been finalized, and then you can start planning. Because any wrong move now, most people have played their chips, or you have 1 or 2 chips left, which you would like to play when there's a solid double like 36, 37 or 33. Yeah. So for now, the best thing to do, I want to give this advice, is to just hold off on your free transfers. If you can just carry 1, to the next game week, so you can have 2 almost each game week. At least with 2, you can play around with it. You can even take a -4 or -8 and get 4 transfers, maybe 3 transfers. So it depends. But at least it gives you that flexibility to be able to move around and get the players that you want. Because we all know the reason why most of us are doing well is because of these doubles. If you don't plan for them, you don't benefit. That's just simple too. So, yeah.
Definitely. I cannot agree more. So how about the doubles in 33? Which teams do you think are enticing? The ones that have the confirmed doubles. The confirmed doubles.
The confirmed doubles. I think Manchester United is impressive, but then Newcastle and Leicester. That's why I think I have to go with Leicester. Now this has convinced me to just bring in Madison or Barnes now, so that I won't have to worry about it then. You understand? Bringing them now, you have them in 30, and then in 33 they also double. You know,
definitely. Especially Barnes, because Madison, like you say,
Barnes,
it's a difficult
one.
Back
in, or he might be, his minutes might be managed.
Yeah.
So but Barnes is gonna play regardless. If he's fit, he plays.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think those are the teams. Manchester United they have a good fixture, of course.
Yeah, against Norwich.
The Norwich, but the Liverpool one is just the tricky one.
My boys.
Yeah. And if you look at their fixtures, where are they? Manchester United, they play Leicester after the blank. Then they play Everton.
A good game, yeah.
Everton is, I think, all these fixtures.
Two games.
Two good games
with like really poor defense right now.
And then
but you never know. Yeah.
And then Norwich, yeah. And then after that they have Arsenal, Brentford, Brighton.
A bit tough. Liverpool, Arsenal, yeah.
For me personally, I think I want them just for that particular double, and then I can make just one transfer for a Man United player, and then as a placeholder, then I will move to the Chelsea and the Manchester City players who will be doubling in the ending of the season. And you have a very strong end to the season. Yeah, let me just bring up the fixture ticker too. Let's look at the fixture ticker. Who is at the top when it comes to the fixtures? Which teams are having the better fixtures? Let's look at it. This is the fixture ticker from the Fantasy Football Hub. The top is Burnley. Yeah, you don't like them, but when it comes to fixtures, they have the best fixtures. That's why they are at the top of the at the top of the ticker. And number 2 is Leicester City, as the ticker say in terms of points. They have a nice run too. Brentford, Man United, Crystal Palace. They have the double with Everton and Newcastle. And then they have Aston Villa. They have other fixtures that are not arranged yet that are to be coming. And then you look at Spurs, number 3, Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea, their fixtures are very nice, but it's about timing, It's about timing when to bring them in. Yeah, when to bring them. That is very important. Wolves, I don't like them because they don't have any double, and they are not attacking, exciting in attack. So maybe one defender from Wolves, you can carry one of your defenders from Wolves, and then, move forward. Arsenal too are still having some nice fixtures, so it's another team to keep, especially they have the confirmed double, so that should be fine. Newcastle, we have not given them a lot of attention. Yeah, but at the bottom you have Norwich, Crystal Palace, Watford. I think these teams we're not gonna get them anymore this season. Brighton, Everton, those bottom 5 teams, I don't think we're gonna get them. Liverpool, but wherever they are, we're gonna get them because they always give us the FPL points or things like that. Yeah, it's just the view of the ticker, and see how which teams are having the better fixtures over the next 6 game weeks. So let's see how it goes.
Yep. Yeah. So finally, we'll just end with our teams for 30. Which players do you have that you're confident will do very well in 30? Because I'm sure that the points are going to be very low, expected.
Yeah, the points are going to be low. I think I cover all the bases except Harry Kane. I think I cover all the bases. All the players I feel I should have, I have them except Harry Kane. That's the
you have one. Dean too?
I have Lucas Dean, but he's injured, so he's gonna be out. So that means it actually cost me. It actually give me a very I don't like to see players getting injured, but that injury kind of helped my decision making, if I say it that way, because now I will sell him. I was considering selling Van Dijk, but then I didn't want to sell a Liverpool player when after the break we play Watford at home. We all know Liverpool, when they play Watford, usually 5 goals. They usually score 5. So, and defensively, we are looking very solid right now. So you don't want to sell these players. He gave me 14 points in the double game week just reset. He did not score. He did not assist anything. He just kept a couple of clean sheets, and that was 14 points from him. So you don't want to sell him, especially coming to play Watford. So that makes the decision easy for me now that Digne is injured. So instead of selling Van Dijk, I will sell Digne to bring in Luke Thomas, that is the Leicester player. Now I'm trying to bring in bench fodder, and also who can benefit me a little bit in the short term. And I think Thomas of Leeds, he kind of fit that bill. So that's why he's cheap, 4.3 million. Even if I don't use him, I can bench him. I can easily bench him. And also I can focus my funds in my important players when it comes to the double games. Like I say, I'm considering the Man United players when they double come, Man City when they are double come, Chelsea when they are double come. So I have to prepare for that, and the way I prepare for that is by like releasing funds from a lot of players that I feel useless to my team, and that is the same I'm gonna do with Thomas and Gelhardt. I was talking about Gelhardt. I was thinking of dropping Broha to Gelhardt because I checked my planner over the course of the season. I realized that Broha is gonna be needed in my team only in one particular game week, and even that game week, I have other options to replace him with. So that means I can see myself not needing him throughout the season. So if I can reduce that money, because I want to invest I'm gonna play mostly five in the middle or four in defense, and that means I can only play two strikers. I don't like strikers, especially the expensive one. But of course, I want Kane this week. I will not have him, so that will be a very difficult watch for me. I just hope at least he's silent for this week. I don't expect it. I don't expect it to be honest. I expect him to score goals. But I see how much he's gonna hurt me. So yeah, that's it. My team looks like this. Jose Sa is in goal.
Mm-hmm.
And in defense, I have Saiz and Doherty. So Thomas will come in for Dinia if I do the transfer. And then in middle, I have Rafinha, Son, Saka, and Kulusevski. And up top, I have Lacazette and Jimenez. If I do the move from Broha to Gelhardt, then I will have a full 11 to play with. But Gelhardt has a knock in the back, so they say he's kind of injured, but he could be available. So that's what I have to ponder about it. I have to think about it now against the deadline and see if I will do that move or not, or I will play with 10 players. Yeah, that's it. How about you?
Captain King.
No, captain is Son.
Son, sorry.
Captain is Son.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my boy. He has been there. I have been with him throughout since last season. He has been my favorite Tottenham player. I know that costed me last season too when I did not own Kane for most of the season, and that seems like it's gonna be the case this season too with Kane. But yeah, I hope it does not come to that. But anyway, what does your team look like?
My team, I have two free transfers to make. Okay, let me just go through it. I'm playing a 4-4-2. I have Jose Sa in goal, Saiz, Tierney, and Dean. Then in midfield, I have Kulusevski, Coutinho, Gordon, and Rafinha. And then up top, I have, is that Jimenez?
Yeah.
Jimenez, yeah. Wow. I have Jimenez and Harry Kane. So what I'm going to do, or what I'm planning to do, is to move out Dean, and then maybe bring in like what's this guy's name? There's a defender in Leicester, to Thomas.
Yeah, that's the same defender I'm bringing.
Okay, Thomas, and then invest in Gordon, which was the initial plan, to remove Gordon and then bring in like a Martinelli, right? But now I'm thinking of, instead of just taking out Gordon, I'll just use that money and then bring in two players and for a hit. Either Rafinha, who Leeds don't really look good right now, and with the fixtures don't even look enticing. Rafinha out, and then Martinelli and Madison, or Martinelli and Barnes. So three. So I'm still debating about those two things.
Why would you consider selling a player who is playing in a game week where we are struggling to have players?
That is the thing. That is the thing. It's going to be a gamble. But if I
why would you consider that? No, why would you consider that? I cannot understand.
I feel like he would. I feel like he won't really do much. It's a gamble I'm willing to make right now, because I don't see any other way that I can get my two midfielders in, because I don't have the funds right now. I have 0 in the bank.
But in a game week where there is not enough matches, you consider selling a player who is gonna give you minutes?
Let's see. That's the right thing. But honestly, the logical move is just the two transfers, Dean to Thomas, and then get enough money, bring in Martinelli, or the other way, which is very radical. I'm sure it makes more sense to get the player that is going to be minutes, that is going to have the minutes, regardless. Just leave him there. But if I want to attack the game and make some moves, I'm going to go against what I've been saying for the past 3 weeks, that you don't need to take a minus to bring in a player, because the gaming average is going to be very low. So yeah, I'm still leaving that to the last possible minute. I'm going to be debating it in my head and see what pops out. We'll see.
Yeah. I have another.
Captain Kane, of course.
Yeah, Captain Kane. I wanted to say something else too. What was it? I cannot remember, but I saw something that I wanted to highlight. I cannot remember. By the way,
Is it
yeah,
about
you say
my transfers?
yeah. What's your transfer again? You say Gordon.
Dina to Thomas, and
Ah,
then
yeah, yeah. I know.
Martinelli to Gordon.
Yeah, but Gordon to have the double, and you wanna ignore. You don't wanna use
Yeah,
that double too.
that's the thing. So I might as well just stick with it and see. But that means I'm gonna miss out on Barnes. I'm just gonna do the easy pick, which is just Dina to Thomas.
And chill.
And who? But Gordon, like honestly, it's good to have him because he has a double. But Everton they have been really poor. It's just the truth about it. So
Yeah,
I think bringing.
But if they're gonna score, a goal, I think he's gonna be involved. Looking at what he's involved in, he's on every set pieces that Everton are taking, free kicks around the box. He's very good with those. Corner kicks, he's the one taking them. If they are gonna score from set piece, he's gonna be the one who deliver it. And he's also very involved when it comes to the in-game play. Everton are woeful, that is without doubt. I will tell you that every single time. But I think he's a shining light in the team. And if I had him in my team, I would keep him. I think your man, what's it, late rise, I think he tweeted something like that. He had Gordon and Richarlison. So immediately immediately the double was announced. His first tweet was, well, then I have to keep Gordon and Richarlison. And that is that's the thing I think.
Ah man, I really need an Arsenal midfielder in my team. I don't know how I'm gonna get them.
Yeah, but you have a lot of untouchable. You have a lot of untouchable players in your teams, though.
Exactly.
Like Dinya, Rudiger, Bruja. You are not touching all these players who I think.
Bruja, I don't have the funds to bring in that. Let's say a striker for the GW30 right now that's going to be playing. Who is, like I said, I don't have the funds for him.
Like I said, is there. Ivan Tony is there. If you downgrade Dinia, you will not have the funds to upgrade Broha to Tony, who plays, I guess. Not just like I said. Like I said, it's just one of the strikers. Tony is an option.
Tony is also not cheap, you know.
He's almost 6 point something. I don't know. But you have to just explore the options. You don't just
make up my mind.
Yeah, you kind of think it is not possible. You have to try explore this and that and that and that, and then that's the way that you see what is possible, and then maybe you will come up with the best.
Maybe I'll just do a boring one and just transfer out Dini and just keep it there and see, because I've also advised to try to carry one free transfer to the next game week. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, but you have 2 frees, right? You have 2 free transfers. So
I have 2 free transfers, yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing to consider a -4. Well, that's me, -4 is not a big issue for me.
Yeah, of course, you're already up there.
Well, if I was in your position, -4 is not a problem for me. It's not just a problem for me.
Yeah. Okay. So Captain Kane. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, well, you have the best captain, at least. You have the best captain that everybody wanna have.
So for this week, I think
for this week. Yeah, I don't know how. I hope the points does not go his way though, but I think he's the best captain option.
Definitely. Okay. Anything else we forgot to mention? I think we've covered all our bases for this blank, and even some more. The upcoming 33 and 36, and
yeah, definitely.
I think on the line. Yeah,
I think we covered all
comprehensively.
And yeah, we try to cover all, and it's a boring game week. I don't know why we spend all this time talking about this game week. It's a very boring game.
We spoke about this game week and coming ones, and all the combinations, and so it's worth it. Yeah, so we've come to the end of the pod, guys. Thanks for listening, Chama.
Yeah,
do the honors.
The plugins. Yeah, guys. If you are new around, please consider to subscribe to the Jollof Football Banter by YouTube channel. It's the host or is the platform for the Kotu Classic podcast and other podcasts like the Gambia Football Show. So please, guys, consider helping us by subscribing to the channel. And if you like the podcast, please give us that like button. Hit that like button. It helps us a lot. Yeah. So enjoy blank game week 32. Blank game week 30. We thought the doubles were we had a break on the doubles, but again they just announced everything. 30, 31, 33, 36, 37. So we have 4 more doubles in the next 8 game weeks. So let's enjoy it, guys, and let's finish the season on a high. And have a great game week, guys.
Same, likewise. Have a great game week, and We are the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. We catch you guys on the next one.